Welcome students. Happy New Year to all. Today we will start a new chapter, that is direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay. So let's discuss few points. Okay. That is what is direct proportion and what is inverse proportion. Then direct proportion. Then here you can see circle are given and this is a diameter. Okay. If there is one diameter, then it make two parts of the circle. This is the first part and this is the second part. Then here two parts of the circle you can see. If the two diameters are there, here first one and the second one, then how many parts you can see of the circle? That is four parts of a circle. Similarly, if there are four diameters, okay, this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then how many parts you can see here? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many parts are there? That is 8 parts. Clear? Similarly, here 3 diameters. 3 diameters means here 6 parts are. Clear? Now, then as you are seeing, as the number of diameters are increasing, the number of parts of a circles are increasing. Clear? The number of parts is also increasing. Then as the one thing is increasing and with this the other thing will also increase, then we can say it is a direct proportion. Okay, and similarly if one thing is decreasing and other thing increasing, then it is called inverse proportion. Okay, so let's see here what is given here. Some volunteers have gathered to dig a 90 pits for a tree plantation program. One volunteer digs 1 pit in a day. One volunteer dig 1 plant. Okay, then if there are 15 volunteers, then they take 6 days to complete their task. Okay, if their volunteers are 10, means the number of volunteers are decreasing, then the number of days are increasing. Means here one thing is number of volunteers, number of workers are decreasing, then number of days are increasing. Then similarly if number of volunteers will increase, okay, then the number of days will increase. Then in this one thing is increasing and other is decreasing, based upon that, then this is called a inverse proportion. Okay, and here one more thing you have to keep in your mind, that is the ratio of the number, that is the ratio of that the two parts, that is remains constant. Means here you can see number of diameters upon number of the parts. Okay, number of divisions, then how many parts are there? That is one diameter, 2 parts. Okay, then here if we will divide, then you can see here the answer is 1:2, means it is constant. Okay, and here in the inverse proportion, their product will remain constant. Means here number of volunteers into number of days. If we will multiply, that is 15 into 6, okay, that is equals to 90, and 10 into 90, 10 volunteers 9 days, then 10 9 is also 90. Here products remains constant, and in the direct proportion their ratio remains constant and division remains constant. Okay, now based upon this we will solve this chapter. Then the first exercise, that is 37, practice at 37, is depends upon the direct proportion. Okay, so let's see. Read the question, that is if 7 kg onion cost rupees 140, how much must we pay to 12 kg onions? What is given here? The cost of 7 kg onion. Okay, and we have to find the cost for 12 kg. Then first this we have to find out, then this we will consider as x, means the cost of 12 kg onion be x. Okay, Yeah, the cost of 12 kg onions be X. Okay, let the cost of 12 kg onion be X. Now, as the quantity is increasing, the cost will also increase. Okay, means for buying 7 kg cost, if you will pay 140 rupees, then for buying the 12 kg onions, then you will pay more. Means here it is both the things are increasing. The weight is also increased and rupees are also increased. Means this is a example of direct proportion. Okay, then here we will write the weight of the onion. Weight of onion and cost are in direct proportion. Okay, therefore if they are in direct proportion, then their ratio remains constant. Okay, that is 7 upon 140. For 7 kg onion we have to pay 140 rupees. Then for 12 kg onions we will pay X rupees. Okay, now we have to find this X. Okay, now just now to remove this 140, what we will do, to remove this 12, 140, we will cross multiply, we will multiply 140 on both the sides. Okay, then here 7 into 1 upon 140, we are multiplying by 140. Then this 140 and 140 will get cancelled. Then this will become 7 is equals to 12 upon 140 upon X. Okay, now just to remove this 7, what we will do, we will multiply it by 140x. Okay, then what will come here, that is this one, this x, and this is 7 into x. Okay, this 140 will cancel. Now this is x and x will get cancelled. Now to remove this, now you know that is 7 into 7x equals to 12 into 140. Okay, now to remove this 7, we will divide both the sides by 7. That is 7x upon 7 is equals to 12 into 140 upon 7. Then 7 and 7 will get cancel, and here 7 1s are 7, 7 20s are 140. Then your answer is x equals to 12 into 20. That is 12 2s are 240. Then for my 12 kg cost, one must to pay, that is rupees 240. Okay, now at the end we will write the answer, that is the cost of 12 kg onion is rupees 240. The cost of 12 kg onion is rupees 240. Okay, now yeah, this one we have solved by the multiply 140 and 7x. Okay, this you can solve by the cross multiplication method. The cross multiplication method is, that is 7 multiplied by, just cross multiply, that is 7 into x. Now this is 7 into x. When you will see a equal to sign, then you simply cross multiply, that is 7 into x, and this 140 into 12. Okay, now this is 7x equals to 140 upon 140 into 12. Now to remove this 7, okay, we will just divide it by 7. Okay, that is 7x upon 7 is equals to 140 upon 12 and 7. Okay, and this 7 and 7 will cancel, that is equals to 240. Okay, you can solve by this method or this method. You will get the same answer. Clear? Now we will move to the, don't solve both the method. Either you write this method or this method. Okay. Now we will move to the next one. What is the next one? If 600 rupees buy 50 bunches of feed, then how many 1280 rupee buy? Means in 600 rupees 15 bunches buy. Then in 1200 how many bunches one can buy? Okay, then this is as the number as the rupees increasing. Here you can see 600, then the bunches will also increase. Means this is an example of direct variation. Then first we will consider, let 1280 rupees buy X bunches of cattle feed. Here just you write here, this is the one, here you make the correction. Here you write cattle feed. Okay. Here let rupees 1280 buy X bunches of cattle feed. Okay, then both are in a direct proportion. Okay, then here we will write, that is the cost and number of bunches. Bunches of cattle feed are in direct proportion. Direct proportion means their ratio will remain constant, that is 600 upon 15. 600 upon 15 is equals to 1280 upon X. Now just cross multiply. Then cross multiplication, what we will do, 600 into X and 15 into 1280. Now to remove this 600, we will divide on both the sides by 600. Then this 600 and 600 will cancel. Now with this 0 will get cancelled. 15 ones are 15, 15 fours are 60. Then here you will get, that is X equals to 128 upon 4. Now after dividing 128, we will get here 4 3s are 12. That is X equals to 32. Then in rupees 1280, 32 bunches of cattle feed can buy. Okay, then here we will write the answer, that is 32 bunches of cattle feed. Okay, this is your final answer. The third one, that is for 9 cows 13 kg 500 gram of food supplements are required every day. Okay, for 9 cows this much food supplements are required. Then for 12 cows, then as the number of cows are decreasing, then their food supplement will also decrease. Okay, then this is an example of direct proportion. Then here first we will consider, let 12 cows need X kg of food supplement every day. Therefore, the number of cows and the quantity of the food supplement are in direct proportion. Number of cows and quantity of food supplement. Supplement are in direct proportion. Okay. Now that means 9 upon 13 kg 500 gram upon 12 upon x kg. Okay. Now 13 kg 500 gram. 13 kg 500 gram can be written as 13.5 gram kg, sorry. Okay, that is 13.5, that is equals to 12 upon x. Now just cross multiply, that is 9 into x is equals to 13.5 into 12, that is x equals to 13.5 upon 9. Okay, now 9 and 9 will get cancelled, and from here when you will multiply, that is just divide, this is 13.5 into 12 upon 9. Now just cancel it, that is 9 ones are 9, here 9 ones are 9, after that 4 remaining, then 9 5s are 45, that is 1.5 into 12. 15 12s are 180, that is 18. Okay, then here 18 kg food supplements required for 12 cows. Okay, now at the end we will write the answer, that is 18 kg of food supplement required for 12 cows. Okay, now similarly you have to solve the next two sums, then these two are your homework. Now in the next video we will see the next practice set.